So they will check into your statements, okay, account statement. So they will see all the salary credits are regular and what is the salary amount. Through the statement, they will come to know whether any loan exposure is there or expenses. That is why they look for the bank statement also. So I told you all retail loans. From the branches, we will handle all the retail loans. When I talk about retail loans, three important products every bank will be concentrating will be your home loan, auto loans called as the car loan, and your personal loans. So these three products, lot of importance and lot of importance is given by the bank to sell these products. Okay, so these all products are retail loans. So this is basically sold to individual customers. Okay. So now when these individual customers are approaching you for a loan, what are the things you people have to take into consideration? What you should explain or how the process will be considered. Okay. Basically, for whatever loan, the customer may approach you for a loan, whichever loan, personal loan, home loan, or car loan, will have two stages. Okay, first step. Okay, whenever a customer is applying for a loan, the first thing they will be looking into is whether the customer is eligible for the loan. That is the first step. Okay. So on what basis is this eligibility checked? Right? So the first step will be checking of eligibility of the customers. So basically when a customer is approaching us, we will check with him what is the loan, type of loan he wants. Is it a home loan, car loan, or a auto loan? Whatever the loan is, the first thing is application, right? They should apply to us. So when they are going to apply, of course, they will have an application form along with the required documents they need to submit. So any application form in the bank will be accompanied by your KYC. So for loans also, PAN card and your KYC documents are very important. So PAN copy, your Aadhaar address proof, whatever is, they will take, okay? So application form along with KYC, and another important documentation to check his eligibility is their income proof. Okay. So again, there they will categorize the customers into two. One is salaried people and the other is the self-employed people. So if it is a salaried people, normally they will take last 3 months of the salary slip. Okay. And last 6 months bank statement where the salary is being credited. So this is the first step to check whether you are eligible for the loan. The first step they will be documentations we will be collecting from the customer is this. Okay, so the income proof in case of salary, 3 months of salary slip, of course with the employer's letter or seal in the salary slip. Then a bank statement where the salary is getting credited along with the bank seal. They will ask hard copies you will need to submit. And if you are a self-employed, income tax returns they will ask you for the last 3 years. Okay. And based on this, they will check whether you are eligible for the loan. This is where your eligibility checking will be going. So when they check it, you are applying for 5 lakhs of personal loan, or 10 lakhs of auto loan, or 30 lakhs of home loan. Okay. So they have to check whether you are eligible for this loan. So they will check into your statements, okay, account statement. So they will see all the salary credits are regular and what is the salary amount. Through the statement, they will come to know whether any loan exposure is there or expenses. That is why they look for the bank statement also. So because all salary is coming and that is your income, from that only you are spending. So they will look into your expenses. So if I have 100 rupees as my income, up to 40% of the amount you can pay as an EMI. 40 to 60%. Rest they won't give you because you will have personal expenses. So for that they will check your bank statements. Okay. So they will check your bank statements. They will check the CIBIL score also. So the CIBIL, there is no default, there is no exposure, but you have good score and you have an income. So as per the income level, you are eligible for 10 lakhs or 30 lakhs, whatever you are applied. The bank will sanction the loan. Okay. So sanctioning is there. First step will be sanctioning the loan. Then only they will take next required documents, and then the second step will be disbursing the loan. Okay. So here the process will differ from one loan to another loan. So if it is a personal loan, I have applied for 5 lakhs of personal loan. They checked your income eligibility. As per the income eligibility, you are eligible for 5 lakhs. Immediately they will sanction the loan, and the process will take some time. No? So once the loan is sanctioned, if they ask for any other additional documents, you will submit it. And if every process is fine, they will disperse the loan to your account. After this sanctioning only, you will have to pay. I have to repay. So EMI, ECS facility, every month automatically the loan amount will be debited from your account. So those application formalities all will be post sanctioning. Then they will disperse the loan amount to your savings account, and from the next month EMI will start. So this is how the process for a personal loan, because there no other. And you applied for a 5 lakh loan, and the bank feels that you are eligible for 3 lakhs only, they will sanction 3 lakhs only. How this eligibility they checked? Of course, your income. Doesn't mean that apply for 5 lakh, I will get 5 lakhs. I don't have any exposure. But they will see whether what is your salary, and as per your salary, will you be able to make the repayment. So based on that, sanctioning will come. Okay. So personal loan, it's purely based on your salary. In this case, I told you the eligibility. They will check how long you are working with the organization, what was your salary, all those things. They will have a background check. Then only they will process the loan. If everything goes fine, they will disperse the loan to your savings account, and you can use from next month. The EMI will charge. Interest will be charged. Now, home loans. Home loans, the process will be different, because you want to purchase a property. You would have identified the property. It may be either a villa, a flat, or you have a piece of plot where you are going to construct. Okay, so in all these things, first thing, they will check your eligibility. So based on your income, everything, you have applied for a 50 lakhs of home loan. And as per their criteria, if you are eligible for 50 lakhs, they will sanction the 50 lakhs. That sanctioning is purely for your income only. Next, the second process will come. What is the property you are going to buy? This is the standard process they will do. Okay. What is the property? Is it a villa? Is it a flat? So depending on this, the process will differ. Because the next thing is, if it's a villa or a flat, you will have to give the title deed document. Copies, flats, all the copies only we will be doing. And the bank will check whether in that property is there any legal hindrances. Some banks some flats, or if you take flats like DLF, all you would have seen bank approved project, approved by HDFC, approved by Axis. Flats and villas will be there. So if your bank has approved that, no problem, because the property title deeds are clear. It will be much easier for the loan scheme. If it's an approved property, they will collect the documentation and you are eligible. If everything goes fine, they will go in for a disbursement. That's how it will come. It's if it is a construction, you own a piece of land there, which is your ancestral property. There you are going to construct. So they will take the title deeds from you, original title deeds. There will be a legal evaluation happening, checking whether is there any legal hindrances in that. So if your legal advisor tells that no problem, gives a clearance, then they will move into the next process. So if it is construction, stage by stage, they will come for evaluation. You have to submit the plan, everything. Stage by stage only, they will make the disbursement. Okay. And if it is like a finished property, in the case of flat or villa, the payment or disbursement will go to the seller only, not to you. And from the next month, the EMI will start. So In home loans, two process will be there. First is a sanctioning thing, and second your property deal. So you are eligible for a 50 lakhs of loan. You applied for a flat. You are planning to purchase a property. And when the bank checked that, from the bank's point of view, there are some legal issues for which the bank may not be able to fund. In such case, you will not get a loan for that particular property. But you already have an eligibility of 50 lakhs. That there is no change in that. But this particular property which you identified and this thing, the bank feels that there is some legal issues, they may not lend you. So you may ask me what happens to the sanction. The sanction is for your eligibility, not for the property. So in the property, if there is any issues coming up later, the bank may not issue the loan for that particular property. Doesn't mean that you're not eligible for a loan. So this flat he is not looking. So what normally people will check, no, that property, if there is other banks which are giving loans, you can approach them. So see, lot of hindrances will come until the loan gets disbursed. So when we talk about loan customers, we will have to be very, very careful when we are discussing this. So sir, the first stage you have sanction, the next is on your property. If everything is clear, then only bank will go for a disbursement. So is it clear how the second process is? So second process, all your title deeds, everything needs to be submitted. And if the bank feels it okay, they will be going on with the disbursement of loan. Here comes your car loan. Car loan, again, the first thing, your eligibility, which car you are going to buy. Eligibility is based on your income. So if you're going to buy a Jaguar or an S-Class ones, of course, you know the cost up to 80 to 90% funding the bank will get on the on-road price. So in vehicles, there is an showroom price and on-road. On the road means taxes, everything will be. So on that, the bank will be lending. So there in the second portion, much will not be there because which model you are choosing, what is the price. If you are already the loan is sanctioned, then you have to go through the formalities and then the bank will disperse the funds to the dealer. Then the EMI will start. Okay, so this is how normally loan process will go. Two stages will be there. First year eligibility. That's only based on your income. And sanction will come for that. After that, the second is the disbursement portion where disbursement will happen if everything is clear from the legal, no hindrances in the legal, all formalities are considered completed, then they will go in for the disbursement. Okay, so these are normally the different types of retail loans which every banks will concentrate on.